Welcome to this video. In this video, I will be talking about a very powerful visualization technique called mind mapping. Mind mapping is a highly effective way of literally getting information in and out of your head. In fact, it's one of the most commonly used visualization toolkit. In fact, in my last video, I talked about visualization toolkit. I'll definitely link that in the description box below. Do check it out for more details. Let me quickly talk about when to use mind map and its benefits before we get to the interesting part where we together create mind map. So let's talk about when to use mind map. Mind map can be used to sort out complex problems. It can be also used to consolidate information from various sources. Most importantly, it can be used to come up with new ideas. During brainstorming and ideation, this is extremely effective. It can also be used for learning purpose when you are trying to absorb certain information or internalize certain information. This definitely comes very handy. Okay, so some of the top benefits of mind maps. To begin with, it makes it very easy to see how everything fits together in the big picture. And as a product manager or business leader, that's essentially what we do on a day-to-day basis. So it definitely makes our job a lot easier. Also, it helps one to organize, classify, and process and structure information so that it's easy to understand and easy to recall. And that often leads to newer insights to make the product experience better, make the existing processes better, essentially make the entire ecosystem better because you understand the end-to-end journey, the end-to-end processes. It kind of helps to improve everything. So yeah, these are, I'd say, the top benefits of using mind maps, and these are the reasons why business leaders, product managers, they all, they use it very commonly.
There are many mind mapping software. Today I will be using Miro. It's in fact one of the most popular mind mapping tools of 2020. I have already logged into Miro. So yeah, I'll definitely be putting the link in the description box below. If you guys want, you can definitely check it out. It's pretty good, I'd say. Before we actually go ahead and create a mind map, let me show you guys how a mind map looks like. So I'm just opening up an existing mind map that I have created some time back. So all mind maps have three things in common. So any mind map would have, let me just stop that. Okay, so any mind map would have a main topic, subtopic, and points on the subtopic. So if I correlate this to a tree, so this is the main tree, these are the branches, these are the various twigs, and there are no limitation. A tree, just like a tree, a mind map can have n number of branches and n number of twigs. All right. So what I'm showing you guys is so sometime back I have done a video on self-branding. So before I did the video, I just wanted to structure my thoughts in terms of what all things I'll be talking in that video. So essentially, this is how I generally structure any presentations, any video, or essentially any kind of session which I have to take, and there is an audience and I have to explain something. So for that video on self-branding, I had kind of divided that into 5 parts. So first, what it is. So then I have put like few bullet points in terms of what it is, so that when I'm talking, it is easier for me to, call out those points. Its importance. Again, I have put few bullet points as to what are the importance of self-branding. Third, why should you care about self-branding? Again, few pointers around why one should care. How do you start? Again, few pointers, and again, further, points for those subpoints. And the last part was summary. So again, summary of the topic. So this is just to kind of give you guys an example of how I use mind map, like just not for video, for any work related presentation, workshop, or any kind of session where I have to deliver a talk on a particular concept, new functionalities, user experience, or essentially an in-depth presentation. That's where I first, before I even create the presentation or create the content for the workshop, this is how I generally structure my thought. All right, so now it's time to create a mind map so that you guys get an idea. So let's assume we are going to do, okay, so we just click on mind map and it would open up a blank mind map. And while it opens up, so let's quickly think about what we are going to do. So let's say in this weird time, everybody is interested about how to better take care of themselves, right? Okay, so the mind map has opened. So this is, how Miro opens a blank template. Or you can just delete everything there. So all you do is Control A, then delete. All right, so let's say that you have to do a talk to a set of professionals on self-care, and let's assume you're an expert on self-care. Okay, so how do we begin? So we begin. All right, so let's delete all of the unnecessary branches. So this is our problem, right? So the problem would be, or the topic is self-care. Let's delete all of this. Okay, so it's essentially how you want to structure your presentation or what all key things that you want to talk about. So before that, what I essentially do is I decide on what is the main problem that you solve for your audience. So let's bring out some sticky notes. So let's say your value proposition is, how would one feel more excited, energetic, and peaceful from within? So let's write it down. Excited, energetic, peaceful. So these are the problem that you want to solve for your audience, right? You want to explain to them what all they can do so that they can feel more excited, energetic, and peaceful. All right, so with that context, now it would be a lot easier for us to kind of break down our thoughts and structure the talk or the presentation, or it could even be a workshop. So let's say you want to divide it into 3 parts: mind, body, and so the way you add a branch is you click on the main box and this plus sign up here, you click on that, and yeah, you can just type in the text then. Let's say this is soul. Let's make it a little bit more aligned. Okay, now within mind, right? So what all things that would make one more excited? So I'm just, putting a few things that is coming to my mind. Reading, learning something new. All right, so connecting with people. And lastly, pursuing hobbies. All right, let's bring it up. Okay, now we have to do the same thing for body in order for it to feel more energetic. What all things one needs to do? Exercise, shower. I'm just again putting some basic thoughts that are coming to my mind. Skincare. Yeah, so that's all I could think about right now. And let's add drinking water as well. That can be a separate twig on its own. Okay, now coming to the last one. So let's see. Okay, what can you do to make your soul feel more peaceful? Let's think. Creative projects, at least that makes me feel peaceful. So I'm going to put that. Meditate. Last thing, sleep well. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to show you guys, how do you go about and structure your thoughts and kind of lay it down visually so that you're able to quickly process what makes more sense to present. Okay, so, and then what you can do, let's say, this is a real workshop or presentation, you can actually put pointers around what, depending on the audience that you're going to give this presentation to, 3 to 4 books or podcasts or whatever, like they can essentially read things that they can learn, depending, again, on the audience that you're talking to, how they can easily connect with friends and other people, especially in a time like now where we're all locked down in our home, and how they can also pursue hobbies. And when you talk through these, try to give stories so that these are all more relatable, not just bullet points you're reading out. Likewise, for body, you can further all the pointers I have put here. You can essentially go farther, 1 or 2 levels farther to each of the points here. Let me show you some very basic feature of Miro. Let's say I want to randomize the color. So see all of the branches, the color all of a sudden change, and I can also change the text color. I can do that way, or I can change the background color. So let's do that. So I can change the color of individual twig. So we don't need this, so let's take it out. Okay. Okay, so we are going to change the background color and the foreground color as well. Same here, we are going to change the background and the foreground color. Yellow is not looking that great, so we are going to change that as well. Okay, and we're going to do randomize color one more time. Okay, cool. So essentially, this is how you make it look a little bit more colorful, but essentially, this is the idea of how do you go about and create mind map.
So I hope the live mind mapping session was helpful. Now you guys know how to create mind maps. Before I wrap up the video, let me just do a quick recap of what we talked about, or what we discussed today. So mind map is essentially a way people organize ideas, thoughts and concepts. It's a non-linear process, I'd say. In other words, it's a collection of visuals and words. If you really think about it, this is essentially how human brains interprets information and process information. It is highly effective. Leaders across the globe use it very frequently. I would highly recommend you guys to use it, and let me know on the comment section below if you have any questions, comments, or anything about mind map. So yeah, that's all for this video, and I should definitely see you guys on my next video. Until then, bye and take care.